Hello, everyone. In this video, I want to talk about to build your portfolio. So, even if you are starting, even if you are junior chartered artists, maybe even if you are senior, I saw a lot of um, things, that helped me to build my portfolio during all these years, and want to, to talk with you about it. Okay, so in this course, uh, the best example that I can uh, give you as example of what should be or something that to keep in mind with to as an end result will be something like this, okay? Because maybe I go crazy with the course, making a lot of experiments, shots, keyframes, lightings, environments, animation, whatever. Okay, but maybe these characters that is from 6 years ago can help you to understand a little bit more of what should be the final presentation of the portfolio. Okay, so here, as you can see, is something similar of what you saw in all my keyframes. Okay, so it's a lighting, that is presenting the character. Maybe here I missed a little bit to have that black background. Okay, but still you can see here that there's a few things going on there. Okay, but this is basically to show all what I did in the character. How I pushed my materials, the design, etc. And this is really for the learning path of the ones that create their character. Okay, so this is a original design from myself based in an existing universe. Okay, from Xavier Urrutia. Okay, so as you can see, our simple presentation. Okay, uh, shots of the props. Okay, and the same views of the character, but with other pose. Okay, and here with a simple A pose. And one of the important things is that I did this, as a simple, but you don't have to do this. Okay, but also here a dramatic keyframe, to show the character in other contexts. Okay, also here for the ones that are searching for a job or building a portfolio of fees to enhance that part. This is something that I suggest you to do. So in Unreal or Marmoset, you can have these kind of renders where you can see just the normals, just the ID maps or everything, or just the topology. Okay, this is something that you can also do, to see how everything is separated and build it. Okay, and here's the other parts that are out of the project. But here also I show how I my work on the sculpture and all that kind of thing. So I suggest you to have this character as a example of how to present everything. Try to don't go the dark. Okay, uh, because that's a mistake. Okay, that I learned with the years. uh, but it's important, okay, to have that in mind. The other example that I want to show you is this one. Okay, so this one is thinking of the people that choose to follow a 2D uh, concept art. Okay, so here I have more or less the same. I have a principal render. Why I have a principal render instead of the other two? Because this, I was following the design of Andrews. Okay, so it's Excalibur Tommy. It's a World War I inspired design. Okay, and I, for that moment of my career, I wanted to try to replicate as much as I can. The character in all the thing. It's true that all of this is by myself. But I helped. A friend helped me to giving me the idea to do this. Okay, at the end, here's some close up of the character. Here again, multiple views of the characters. Okay, and here the same like I did it here. Okay, the UV says the full shader and the triangles. Okay, as I mentioned, it's important to do a proper topology if you want to work as a 3D character artist. Yes, of course. But if you're not good enough, like here, I wasn't good enough, okay, at least you are showing to the companies that you know the work from, you know how to do it in a way, okay? It's better or it's not a good way, but you know how to do it. And that's the important part, okay? You know how to do it, okay? So you can also take this one as a reference, okay? And remember, for the ones that are choosing that, I just have that, okay? So all the reference I had to find it by myself, okay? And for example, regarding the portfolio visualization, the overall of your work. So I listen a lot of people to say that you just need to have your best portfolio pieces and all that kind of thing, okay? And it's kind of true, okay? That's why, for example, mm, here on Diablo, I didn't do multiple portfolio parts to put all the amount of characters that I did here because if I not run a work it in more than 10 characters, that not all are here, okay? You know, not maybe not 10 characters, but 10 assets and that kind of thing, okay? I'm not going to make a just a portfolio piece to show this boy or this spider or the camel. Okay, so I put it the more important ones on the top. Okay, the ones that requires me more of me, more of Antonio. Okay, and then the other ones that are less important, even in the project, are even in the portfolio. But I also can show that I know how to make a camel, how to make a spider, and how to make a bat. Okay. So you can have more than this 3, 4, 5, 6 piece portfolio, but try to get everything clean. That's the thing, okay? Try to have everything clean. For Huxley, for example, I did or work it in all the characters that are here, okay? I'm not going to create a portfolio piece for every character, okay? I'm going to create just one, and I'm going to show all the characters together, all the characters together. And at the end, all the line of the characters, including texturing, including sculpture, and all that kind of thing. So, in my opinion, you can have more than those overall things, okay? But try to have everything clean. And regarding your new portfolio pieces and your old portfolio pieces, don't have everything, you know, with a lot of amount of all portfolios, okay, all portfolio pieces, but try to have at least one or two, like for example this one or this one, because I think it's also important to see the you know how you evolved during the years, during your works, during your during your adventure, okay? You know, I started doing these kind of things, from this is a concept from Beyond Hurry. This was my work for the artwork too, okay? And this was just an experimental character that I to test, to learn substance, to learn some kind of animation, some kind of you know creative approach over something, okay? So yeah, I think it's important to the people to know from where you are, and also if you are that kind of guy like me that wants to have a lot of small um weekend sketches and all that kind of thing, you can create something like this, that is a sketch portfolio that you can go updating if you want, every time that you have something that you think is cool. Here I have a bunch of weekend tests, paint over tests, you know testing new styles, whatever. So yeah, try to have everything clean in your portfolio, and try to represent uh, as much as you can of yourself. Try to put the naming on the things on the top, trying to be more professional in your presentations. Okay, I hope this can help you to build something uh, more more grounded, that can help you to get a job, or get a little bit more attention on your portfolio pieces.